You might not believe it, but one of the most important mechanics that I can help you with is keeping your trail foot down to increase your speed. So there's no better feeling knowing that when you wake up in the morning to go play golf, so that you're going to play well. There's no better feeling of hitting good golf shots down the fairway. Years ago, I was frustrated because I lost that. I was confused, I was frustrated, and then I met Mo Norman and learned the single plane swing. And so now I wake up every day and I know I'm going to hit it well, I know I'm going to play well, I know I'm going to have fun. So my mission today is to help as many people as possible wake up every day feeling good that they're going to go out there and play great because of the single plane swing. Hey, welcome to the channel today. Listen, I teach that you should keep the trail heel down through impact. In fact, I think you should keep it down all the way into release and even to what I call position 6, which is the finish position. Now, some of you may have trouble with that, but let me tell you something. It is a key component to speed. I'm going to explain this to you. Now, some of you are going to say, okay, Todd, guys lift their feet all the time and produce speed. Yeah, I get this. But let me explain to you when it comes to the single plane swing, how important it is to keep the trail foot down. And I'm going to kind of go into some detail here because I believe it's not only important, but if you're not doing it, you're not getting the benefit of what's happening with the lower body. Because as you know, the lower body, what happens here and how I use the lower body allows me to position upper body, but it also allows the upper body to produce speed. Now, one of the things that's happening, and you've seen my instruction before, and we've discussed a lot of this stuff, and you can go back and look at all this. People always talk about the movement of a swing, but rarely are they talking about how the body stops. But I don't want to get into all that today, but the body stopping is how the arms can accelerate. And if you think about it this way, if you're coming down in a great position and you're in a nice spot, the arms can accelerate and then the hands can release. So you can accelerate in the right place. See, it's really not just about acceleration, it's about acceleration in the right place. So we're going to kind of get into this kind of chain reaction, what happens with the lower body, but it's not just about keeping the foot down either, all right? So let me just give you a little bit of my experience because you're on the journey with me here. Like I work on my golf game, I work on my swing. I love swing mechanics. I love hitting balls, and I get little bits and nuggets and feelings that help me as well. And the other day I was videotaping my swing and I just saw some weird stuff going on with my knees. I just felt unstable. Happens to me a lot when I haven't practiced very much. And then I come back and I work on a few things. My swing always looks good to me. I always look plain, I get it, it looks great, whatever. But I felt unstable. And then I started kind of working with my trail foot and keeping the heel down, getting the proper motion of the trail leg and hip. Let's go through it. So basically what I want you to understand is that when you're coming down into impact, I want you to have a flexed lead knee, side bend, and the hands lead into impact. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the hands are leading, you're side bent, and you're basically into a flexed lead knee. But what happens is, if this foot comes up, and you start getting some rotation here, what happens is the upper body doesn't have anything to work against. So there's no initial chain reaction of this stabilizing so that this can then stabilize. So you get kind of a loose feeling of the hands, and you might release early, you don't get good contact, and the hands certainly can't accelerate. So not only do I want the trail foot to be on the ground, but I want internal pelvis rotation. What I mean by that is, I don't want just the foot down. I want you into the knee, and I want you rotating the foot down, but on the inside of the foot, not on the outside. So it's like I'm turning the leg down. I don't want the right hip to pop out. I don't want the knee to pop out. I want it to be deep down. So you're getting a downward. And I always feel a trail hip moving down as well. So the trail hip's moving down as I'm turning. And somebody the other day was mentioning how, Todd, you don't promote hip rotation. I believe there should be 40 degrees of rotation at the backswing. I believe that there's minus 40, there's plus 30 or so at impact, and there's 50 degrees of pelvis rotation here. So I've never been the one that says that there shouldn't be pelvis rotation, but it's how the pelvis slows down so that the arms can speed up. And so what happens is, if you get the lower body working correctly, here's what happens. the hands come in, this thing is getting kind of stable, and this can fire. So you get the chain reaction. I'm gonna tell you this, the most important thing you can do to add speed to your swing isn't swing harder. It's proper technique, proper delivery, proper hands leading, proper compression of the ball. Most people are trying to swing harder and they got bad technique. All right, so let's hit one. Kind of walk you through this. All right, so here's my 7-iron, by the way. And then so I'm working this way, not this way, not that way, not this way. I'm working this way. Down and rotate it into the ground. So it feels like that with the pelvis. So let's do one. And the feeling you get is you get stuck. This gets stuck. Where do you go? Well, it doesn't matter because upper body can then fire. You want that resistance feeling of lower body. It might be just a great way to think about it is lower body resistance. Now, that's why I want knee flex foot down, because I want lower body resistance so the upper body can then release and accelerate at the correct time. It's about time. It's all about timing. So here we go. So again, ball position here. Okay. So here we go. So coming down, lower body. It's not this, it's that, and then the arms can fire. And I can honestly tell you that my best feeling shots come from the ability to rotate this way, not this way. Just you got to practice it. You got to get this lower body moving correctly. So that was better. That one was better. That one I felt, I mean, the best term I can use is resistance. Resistance of the right side of the hip. And I don't want slide. I want stable internal rotation. You got to practice it. It keeps the spine in a better position, keeps the lower back in a better position. So again, it's resistance, it's rotational resistance this way. You know, that's what it feels like. Here we go again. Here, that was good. I feel when I get here, I start coming down, I feel, okay, this is really nice, and I can fire. Feels good. Let me kind of summarize this because I'll hit something a little longer too. Hit a couple drivers here. Again, driver, same thing, but you're going to be coming down and you're not going to be turning. So I think people get too much turn. It needs to be turned while you're stable. So it needs to turn down on the inside of that foot. Perfect. Again, let me try to explain this feeling again because it's here. It's stable, internal, not rotation. You know, feels pressure inside, not going to the outside. Now, I think the best way to work on this is you feel like your butt's staying back as you're turning. So the butt stays back as you turn. So it feels like you're back and turned. That's the best feeling I get with it. That's the best of the day. Hey, listen, so I hope that helps clear up why the foot needs to not only stay down, work into the knee, but rotate internally to keep your butt back and accelerate the hands. Hope that helps. Give me a thumbs up, hit the bell icon. See you in the next video.